Here's Brody Brazil.
I'm sorry. I know people get paid to do this. I know they put a ton of work and effort into their research. I know they base it on a lot of data, statistics, analysis. I totally understand that. But we're talking about Las Vegas that has not even been a pro sports market for, 6 years now? The Golden Knights were very abnormal in their entry to professional sports. Expansion team made the Stanley Cup final their very first year of existence. They've been a playoff team like they are right now, all but one of their seasons in existence. Like, when and where else does that happen in pro sports? They are abnormal by many means. And the Raiders are kind of abnormal. Yeah, like we talked about before. Football, not a great amount of games. First real big stadium for Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. So to say that you can analyze and know what A's attendance figures are going to look like, to know what interest is going to look like, to know how many visitors are going to come specifically to Las Vegas just for this team, you really don't know. And look, I'm not saying this to put anybody's work or efforts down. It's not that. I'm just saying that how can you actually know? You're talking about Las Vegas, which would be the smallest Major League Baseball market, and they've never had this volume of professional sports, like 81 plus times a year, during the summer. Oh yeah, by the way, you know the reason that Las Vegas and the Golden Knights get a lot of out-of-towners coming to watch hockey games? You know why? Because there's so many Canadian teams that visit Las Vegas in the dead of winter. November, December, January, February. If you're from Vancouver or Edmonton or Calgary or Winnipeg or Ottawa or Toronto or Montreal, what do you want to do in the winter? You want to escape when and where you can, and a lot of them are snowbirds that go to Las Vegas in the middle of the winter. So of course, they want to see the Leafs and Golden Knights play. They want to see the Senators take on the Golden Knights. They make that trip. Now, it's not just about the hockey game, but that's a huge part of it. There might be dinner and a show and some gambling, all this stuff. But that's all a wintertime thing. Football is a wintertime thing. There's a reason that hotel rooms in Las Vegas are cheaper in the summer. That's when the baseball season is, by the way. That's why this stadium needs a retractable roof, by the way. It's going to be 122 degrees for a Thursday getaway day game in Las Vegas. And that volume of games, again, all of this is just untested apples and oranges. You can't say that we know one thing about the Golden Knights, so we definitely know it about a potential A's move to Las Vegas. And lastly on this topic, predictions and promises are two different things. Let me just slow down and make sure that gets really digested here. Predictions and promises are totally separate. A prediction of maybe a projection, the highest number that you can attain, and the A's talk about 2.5 million, fans coming to games. Well, yeah, that would mean 30,000 81 times over. Are you sure that's going to happen in year 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9? That's a lot. Nobody does it that much for that long across baseball. Promises is more realistic. Like, you know what? We can fit 30,000, but there's going to be a lot of nights where we're at 21.5. And that's okay. Sometimes that happens. A day game in the middle of the week, that happens in some of the best markets across baseball. Bad team, rough stretch, whatever. But predictions coming across as promises, I think that's where it gets a little bit into gray area and a little confusing.